Number 1 is Nepali Wedding. The formal giving away of the bride is done with a kalas full of water, mango leaves, pipal, palas, gular, arka, kampor, areca nuts, betel nuts, secret thread, dorka grass, and whatever else the family considers important. The groom is then given a conch shell filled with grass, rice, yogurt, fruit, sandalwood, and water. Some of these are also sprinkled in his head. The groom is fed a mixture of ghee, yogurt, and honey. Number 2 is Philippine Wedding. As Spanish wedding, the groom presents his bride with 13 gold pieces as pledge of his dedication to his wife and the welfare of his children. A white cord is dropped around the couple's shoulders as a band of infinite marriage, and veils of white tulle are dropped in the bride's head at the groom's shoulders to symbolize two people clothed as one. Knives and other sharp objects are not considered good gifts because they will lead to a broken marriage. Raindrops are lucky because they bring prosperity and happiness. The groom should always arrive before the bride, otherwise it will be bad luck. At the reception, the groom and bride used to dance, and relatives and friends used to paste the money on their dress. Number 3 is Indian Wedding. A traditional Indian wedding lasts an average of 3 days. On the first night, a priest will often perform the Ganesh Puja, a ceremony that usually happens at home with only the couple, the bridal party, and close relatives in attendance. The second day begins with a mehendir ceremony. For this, the bride and her female friends and family member will have intricate henna patterns drawn on their hands and feet. In that evening, the Sangeet takes place. Every wedding guest is usually invited, and it involves an introduction of the couple family, mingling, a meal, and dances or other performance. On the third day, the main ceremony, cocktail hours, and reception take place. You may be invited to last day of events or to any part of the treaty celebration. Your invitation should clearly state what you are being asked to attend. Number 4 is China Wedding or China marriage. Traditionally, Chinese marriage is opposed to marriage in modern China. It is a ceremonial ritual within Chinese society that involves a union between spouses, sometimes established by pre-arrangement between family. Within Chinese culture, romantic love and monogamy was the norm for most citizens. These are ceremonies such as bride presenting wines or tea to the parents of spouse and guests. In modern weddings, the bride generally picks red, following Chinese tradition, or white, more Western, for the wedding, but most will wear the red traditional garment for their formal wedding banquet. Number 5 is Korean Wedding. Traditionally, Korean betrothal gifts were brought to the bride's home by a band of the groom's closest friend. The gifts were placed in a box called a ham. The group, dressed in costume, with black faces. They would arrive singing at the bride's family home. They would stop just outside the house, chanting a home for sale. Home for sale. The bride's family would rush out, offer money to the group. Through fun negotiation and laughter, the bearers would be bribed until at last the home was delivered. Number 6 is Japan Wedding. In spite of many Western influences on Japan, the Japanese wedding has maintained most of the Japanese tradition. There are a few aspects borrowed from Western costume, but they have not replaced original Japanese tradition. Spring and fall are the most popular times to get married in Japan. Lucky days, according to the almanac, are specifically popular. At a traditional Japanese wedding, the bride and groom usually wear Japanese wedding kimono. The bride wears a white wedding kimono called uchikake with a white headdress, and the headdress is a big and bulky, as it's said to hide the bride's horns as a symbol of submission. The groom's kimono is usually black and has his family symbol embroidered on it a white. After the wedding ceremony, the bride and groom change their clothes and meet their family and matchmakers for a celebratory meal. The wedding reception includes family and friends and can be quite large. There is usually a set entrance fee for the party. Selected family members and friends approach to the microphone to talk about the brides and groom. There is an intermission during the reception to allow the bride and groom to leave the room and change their clothing one more time. And number 7 is Peru. In Peru, wedding celebrations are known for the use of color in every aspect of the event. The wedding clothes, for example, are bright and vibrant with geometric design. Women often wear multiple layers of colorful skirts, while men celebrate in ponchos and sandals. The bride and groom each have a unique poncho and skirt made for their special day, and there are no wedding parties, and the focus is on the couple or their parents and their grandparents only. The couple also wears wedding rings, but these are worn on the right hand instead of the left. A superstition is that it is bad luck to wear any ring in your right finger or right ring finger before you marry. Number 8 is Nigerian weddings. Nigerians wedding is tradition that you probably didn't know. In Nigeria, a wedding is much more than celebration of joining the lives of two people into one. A long-standing Nigerian wedding tradition is to spray money on the bride. This can be done at any time, although when the newlyweds step onto the dance floor is a popular moment. Money is usually thrown by older guests. The bridesmaids are tasked with collecting of all the thrown money. If you have an older sibling, you have to cross your finger that your brother or sister doesn't want to live the life of a bachelor indefinitely. Nigerian wedding tradition says that men, in particular, are not allowed to be married until their older brothers are. And number 9 is Mongolian wedding ceremony. The Mongolian wedding ceremony is basically a confirmation of marriage of young couple and a chance to wish them happy life together. This is also a chance to show the right or the high trust in them from their parents, relatives, and communities. The number 10 is Kazakhstani. The religious part of Kazakh wedding ceremony is called neki. The wedding process may take many weeks and even months to complete. This is because a Kazakh marriage, like marriages in most Muslim society, involves a contact between family which requires negotiation and usually takes about half an hour to complete. Number 11 is Romanian. In Romania, most of the couple get married on Saturday or Sunday only. They usually sign the legal papers at the city hall, on Thursday or Friday before the wedding. When the wedding party gets to the church, a bucket full of water is placed near to the entrance, where all the guests have to put money or coins and small plastic notes, which they all walk into the church. It is also traditionally for the bride and groom to be presented with ceremonial crowns during the wedding ceremony. When the ceremony is over, the bride and the groom will be the first to get out from the entrance of the church. And after the wedding ceremony, the young couple and their guests go to a restaurant to have a party which usually lasts until dawn. Number 12 is Gora wedding in region between Kosovo and Macedonia. The traditional bridal makeup which is continued, consisting of red, blue, and golden circle and little spots put on the white color layer on the face of the bride to be the movie are evaluated in various ways by ethnologists. It is said that the 3 golden circles drawn of the bride's face represent the 3 phases of life, which are bound to each other with golden path, while the red ones represent fertility and the remaining blue spots represent a happy and healthy family. Stating that the makeup is made with various motivation, the most important mission of the protecting the bride against the evil eyes of the guests. Number 13 is Yakan bride or Yakan weddings. Yakan is located in the Philippines in Zamboanga City. Yakan are very kind and loving people. They embody of non-materialistic culture and live in a close-knit communities. Yakan women traditionally made textile for their cultural dress. And they also made accessories and interiors from abaca, pineapple, bamboo fibers ground on the island. Number 14 is Hutsuls, wedding in Ukraine. A Hutsuls wedding is like a fairy tale. Even now, Hutsuls maintain their tradition. The Hutsuls wedding is very lively, full of dances, games, jokes, and etc. No wedding can do without bread or cake. But their wedding and engagement occur mainly in spring, summer, and autumn, more often in winter, trying to be celebrated before Lent. It is strictly prohibited to celebrate a wedding during a fast. The first sign of marriage in Hutsul is the need of giving the towels, which mean the wedding preparation. According to the ancient tradition, the best cakes are given to newlyweds on a tablecloth with the hopes that his life was rich and beautiful. The couple goes to the church on the horses. Number 15 weddings is South Africa Zulu. A Zulu wedding, like most African wedding, is vibrant with colors, music, dancing, and then some. There are other traditions when it comes to South African wedding, but Zulu wedding are the most popular because of the vast population of members of Zululand. The bride of Zulus has the upper hand. The bride goes and gets her groom. Once she gives her consent, the number of cattle that will be given to her father in exchange for her is negotiated. Beaded jewelry is the language of love in Zulu. Brides to be will typically make 2 sets of beads, necklace in matching colors, one for herself and one for her groom-to-be. Their matching color-coded necklace and bracelet will be let everyone know that they are an item.